And the old school mentality, that's what I was bringing up to you, is that we'll take what we could get. Because we slept on asphalt floors. I've seen people sleep on literal sidewalk curbs because they just didn't have a hotel room.
They didn't have a hotel room, but they want to play in the morning.
But they want to play in the morning, right?
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to the Hugs Happy Hour presented by Voodoo Ranger. I am joined by a very special guest today, somebody that I requested specifically because they come from my era. I'm talking 2004 Melee, and I wanted to talk about where the scene is at now, what they know of the past, and just share some experiences and you know, just the way we look at the game, which is way different from any other Smasher you're ever going to talk to. How's it going, Kevin, aka husband? Welcome to the show.
I feel like I'm like the only one actually like older than you, so that's why you pulled me in
here.
Yeah. You wanted to get the jokes off you.
I
got you, dude.
I'm going to be asking you about the whole age thing.
Yeah, I know, right?
Do you want to introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah, my name's Kevin. My tag is husband. I'm an old school Melee player. I played competitively from like 2004 to 2007. Mm-hmm. I would say I quit like late 2007. Took a ton of time off. Kind of like got dragged back in a little bit in like 2016. We can talk about that. I have something to say to you about that.
Okay.
But then I wanted, during the pandemic, I started playing a lot, and I'm all or nothing. And I was like, I need to stop playing because I'm playing way too much without going anywhere, or I need to get competitive again. Okay. I need to do one or the other.
Yeah.
And so I leaned in. Okay. And now I'm playing.
Now
like
you're
real
like
hard.
back. You're actually playing.
I'm actually playing. Yeah. Entering tournaments, all online.
Do you have like lofty goals as far as your performances? Are you trying to get ranked?
Yeah.
Trying to be top 100?
I have two goals. One's like numerical, one's like qualitative, I guess.
Okay.
All right, so I would love to be top 100.
Okay.
Like top 100, even if it's like 98th, you know.
Yeah.
It's really weird right now because the Smash scene, it's like there's like 200 people in the top 100.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's
probably
like
more
so
at this
yeah,
point.
it might be like
Everyone's
300
really
people. Everyone's so good.
Yeah.
And then everyone's doing something different, so we don't have them all in one place. Mm-hmm. Like some are online, some are in person, some are at local, some's at majors. Yeah. So like we don't know where they all land. Mm-hmm. But anyway, I like to be like in that conversation of top 100. Mm-hmm. And then I want to get to the point where no one sleeps on me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like even if it's a top player, I'll never beat them. Mm-hmm. But they know if they just screw with me, there's a chance they'll drop a match. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like that'd be really nice.
It's a good feeling.
Yeah.
I had so there were points where I quit the game and I came back. And I mean, that's something I did want to talk to you about because you're one of the few people that can relate. Like at this point, the only old school people that exist in the scene are myself, Chillin' Dude, Chudat, and you know.
Does Chew even still exist?
He's I don't know, he's eating onions or something on the stream. I don't know what he's doing. But it's just us, right?
Yeah.
And no one really has this perspective. And
I can't believe you just disrespected Wes like that.
Wes is coming back. Oh shit! Oops, I'm sorry.
He's coming back. No.
He's actually grinding.
He's playing.
This time.
He's grinding.
He's actually grinding this time. Yeah. I always make fun of him because he always talked about grinding, and like I always just said like the dude is just permanently in the lab. Yeah. But this time he's actually This time he's actually entering tournaments.
Yes.
Grinding and all that. So there's people coming back.
It is a difference.
I relate to that feeling because there was a point where I quit for like 2 years to do my accounting job.
Okay.
And I started to come back around Evo time, and I was at someone's house, and I was playing against Ice. And do you know Fuzzy?
No.
Fuzziness from Europe. Right? He was one of the best players at that point.
Okay.
And as I was playing Ice, I was just getting fucking rocked by Ice. And I think both of them were just kind of like, so Ice was like, I think Samus is really terrible. As he's destroying me, I'm like, God damn it, like I suck and I can't do anything about this. Yeah. And then Fuzzy is saying, he wasn't talking about me, but I just remember him saying, yeah, the old school players, they just kind of got by on everyone else being really bad and they weren't really good players. And I don't disagree with him, but I'm like, damn, like no one's got any respect for me anymore. And I got to earn this shit back. Yeah. And it was a good feeling. Right. Yeah. And you're going to feel that way when you start fucking people up and people just have to take you seriously. You won't be old school husband anymore. You'll just be husband.
So,
and they got to worry about you.
The best compliment that I get now, the best in the Smash scene is when someone says, you don't feel like an old school player. It's like the biggest compliment in my gameplay. It's like, because that's like, it's not just about, it's getting rid of everything. It's getting rid of everything.
You have to start over.
It's starting over. And it's, in a way, I'm not bragging or anything, but it's harder.
Yeah.
Because you're erasing old it's not like a blank slate.
Right.
I'm getting rid of old crap that it's hard to get rid of.
Yeah.
And then just holding down the rest of the time.
And I don't know if you, because it might have been a while, right? I don't know if you have this, but some people also have to get rid of their egos because they used to be their shit.
That's not holding me back at all.
Okay. Yeah, it's been a long time.
I think that's, like we said, possible. That might have been why Wes was lapping a lot. I think Wes had a little bit of an ego.
Still does.
And he does. But I think he's humbled too a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
And we agreed not to name names.
Oh,
but
no, you can name names. But...
So, like, it was really interesting. I'm starting to play top players. I'm getting far enough in the tournament to, like, start playing people like, I know your name. And sometimes they're not even going their main on me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's insulting, dude.
And I was talking to someone online, a buddy of mine that's been helping me a lot, and he says, it's a lose-lose for them. If they beat you with their main, they have no bragging rights.
No one cares.
No one cares.
No one cares.
If you beat them, then you just had this huge upset, right? So someone went Pikachu on me, and I beat his Pikachu.
Wait, this is a top player? You can name this name.
Bobby Big Balls.
Okay. Oh, this is not surprising.
He went Pikachu on me.
Okay.
In tournament.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I beat his Pikachu.
Okay.
Knocked him in the losers.
Yeah. Oh, you knocked him in the losers.
Yeah.
Oh, good shit.
I met with him at, this was, I think it was East Coast Fridays.
Okay.
And then I ran into him, and I think it was Grants. Because I think that was, I think that was winners finals.
Okay.
And I met with him at Grants. He went Falco on me the first 2 matches. 2 owed me with Falco, and he switched back to Pikachu. I beat his Pikachu. He stayed Pikachu and took me to Dreamland and beat me there. I was like, my Pikachu did it. And I'm like, your Pikachu won 1 match. You know, so like, I'm feeling it. Like, people, they're going to have to start respecting me at some point.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, if they don't, right now, that's just the name of the game.
I know.
And it's really just about making them respect you eventually. I mean, that's the whole ego thing, right? Some people would quit over that. Yeah. Right? Whereas people who are meant to be better at the game, they'll put in the work, and then they'll go through that. They'll get fucked up by people secondaries that don't respect them, and then eventually they got to respect you.
I think that's what happened probably in 2007. I think there was like this, it was the perfect storm. Like 2007, 2008. MLG dropped us. Brawl came out.
Yep.
And then for me personally, I started losing to people I shouldn't in my head.
Yeah.
And it was just like this perfect storm. Like, our game was being dropped. It was being divided. I think Mewtwo King was the #1 player at that time.
Yep.
And people weren't excited about that. Like, you remember Killer Or?
Killer Or, yep.
He said it in, like, I think it might have been the documentary or something. But he said, or maybe it was a post on Facebook, I can't remember, but he said, like, I did not like that the person that just sat there and grinded in their basement by themselves was being rewarded, and it was one of the reasons why I got out of the scene.
Which is a ridiculous mindset, by the way.
No, I mean, of course.
Yes, and I think Killer would know that now.
Oh, I'm sure he would admit it now.
He knows.
But what's so crazy is with a lot of people, like, Mewtwo King is like the hero these days.
Yeah,
he was not.
Oh no, he was a villain. I personally loved Mewtwo King when he came out, and I've always not okay. As a person, it was a little funny back in the days. He was, he was built different, right? But I still love the guy. But what I'm saying is, like, what he did for the game, I think, was extremely impactful, and I always give him credit because he invented work ethic. I remember when I came into the scene, people would brag about how little they worked and how good they were at the same time, and then they would make fun of you for grinding and trying to get better. I was never on that bullshit, and that's why I beat West the first time I ever played him. I'm just saying. Yeah. But
we still have these old rivalries and like
it was in my head, dude. The best Samus of all time. I beat him the first time I played him. But I never bought into that bullshit. And then when Mewtwo King came in and he was just grinding and he was beating all these people, and they're like, dude, this guy's like a nerd. Why is he beating me? This game sucks now or whatever. Yeah. I'm like, see ya later. Right? Like, I'll be here. Mewtwo King's gonna be here. We'll keep grinding. We'll get better.
And
everyone
there were
else will get
people
better. And Really quick, I just want to say that is the main reason I have very little respect for old school players. A lot of people always come up to me, they're like, dude, greatest of all time? What do you think about Asin greatest of all time? What do you think about Ken greatest of all time? I'm like, dude, those people don't even make my top 10. I don't think they're great.
Okay, so
because of that mentality, they all had it.
I'm about to drop a lot of arguments.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay. Yeah, go
so
ahead.
I got a lot to say.
Okay.
So number one, like I was never bad at the game. Like when I came in 2004, my first tournament, it was game over, Virginia. It was, I didn't enter singles.
I saw the montage.
You saw the montage.
Yeah.
I didn't enter singles. I only entered teams and got like 7th place. Like, I've never been, back then, I was never bad at the game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like getting beat in 2007, I didn't know how to handle it. Okay, so the thing about Asin, and you don't know Asin like I know Asin, because he's like...
That's what every East Coaster tells me. Go ahead. Yeah.
A great small story about Asin is that we had to play him in shifts. So, like... Shifts. Okay. So, like, me... wife and Oro would go down to Asin's house and we'd all like rotate, and then Oro would fall asleep and I'd stay awake and keep playing Asin.
Okay.
Then I would take a nap. Oro would wake up and switch with wife, and then I'd wake up and wife would take a nap, and Asin would stay up the whole night. So he was a grinder, but just that he was also good. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he was not against the grind. And he also wasn't arrogant. He was never arrogant.
I know that.
But he did grind. Like we had to take turns playing him. We needed sleep.
Yeah.
He didn't.
Yeah.
He said, smashes my coffee.
Yeah.
And he would just keep playing.
Yeah.
So he did grind, for the record.
Okay.
No, you're seeing the East Coast, West Coast rivalry here.
That's fair. What
So
I'm saying is when
Why
the
do I
going
sell
got
allegiance
tough,
to these
when the
people?
going got tough, all of them left.
I know.
All of them left.
I know. I mean, you're right. You're right. Life happens as well.
They were busy. They had shit to do. Oh, only they had shit to do.
So I have 2 kids and I'm married, and I'm still playing.
Fair. Okay, that's fair. What I'm saying is,
but that's not what kicked me. No. I have a 3-year-old now.
Yeah.
You know, I quit in 2007.
No.
Yeah.
But I'm just, I'm just saying, man. Like there are people who stuck it out, and then there are people who left, and almost all of them left.
And you're able to say this. I mean, who's going to
I
argue?
am able to say
who's going to argue? You know, I'm the only person who can like kind of defend old school.
Yeah.
So there was something you said that I want to bring up that we really disagreed on, and I know you watch all of my streams, so I know you heard me talk about this. So you said that it was it was easier to get good back then than it is now.
Oh yeah,
and we disagree.
Oh,
but I think we can find a common ground.
Okay,
I think it's easy to get good now. It's harder to be good now.
Okay, yes,
because of
relative to the scene.
So like something like net play, like people don't understand. Like they don't get it. I don't think they appreciate it. Like the rollback and what Fizzy's doing. So like, you know how hard it was to train back in the day? I mean, you do, and like how hard it was to get good. Name me a Fox on the East Coast that was good in like 2004, 2005.
Nobody.
Well, you can name
relative to the scene?
No, at the time.
Yeah, chilling.
Yeah. He was in Virginia, I was in Maryland.
Right.
If I wanted Fox practice, I had to leave my state to go get it. Like people can just sit in their basement and grind. You can get on Uncle Punch and just like practice all the different DIs.
Yeah.
You can hit his recovery. It's so easy to get good now. It's hard to be good now.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I agree with that. So I think
play my game for one more. Okay.
Okay.
2004, 2005.
Okay.
Name me a good Captain Falcon on the East Coast. Name me a Captain Falcon on the East Coast. 2004, 2005.
G-Reg.
So he was like 2006, but that was I'm surprised you brought him up.
Yeah.
So like 2004. I mean, like I'm sure he played in 2004, but he wasn't like. I had to go to the Midwest to play against a Captain Falcon.
Like Giano or something.
Not even Giano, with Dark Rain.
Okay, yeah.
So like when I would run into a random Falcon in New York, I had no idea what I was doing. Like I was just swinging. Like so people just take advantage. In my opinion, we're like going off topic here, but I just feel like people take it for granted, like where we are now, and have no idea what it was like back then. So
it was hard.
So it was so much harder to get good back then. But you're right. I do agree with you. It's harder to be good because of all the resources, of all the people that are playing.
The competition
is insane.
And everyone's got access to information, to practice,
of course,
etc.
So you can get good quickly.
You
can get good at the game quickly, but you're not going to be competitive at the game for a very long time.
The people that you got to beat to get up there and get ranked is insane. It's crazy nowadays. But you know what my argument was about back in the days. Like you were good the moment you entered a tournament.
Yeah.
So was I. I think within 6 months, I was probably one of the best players in the world.
Dude,
and
it was
I was
probably
dog
6
shit.
months. I was like top 25.
Yeah,
top 10, whatever.
we just had like half a brain, and then we were pretty fucking good. Right?
That's what it was, man. That's all you needed.
Yeah.
So I mean, I do agree with you on that front.
Yeah.
Is that, you know, we didn't have to work. I mean, we would just show up to MLGs.
Yeah.
Just show up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I was doing. I mean, I think that's why I got highly ranked at MLG. Not everyone was showing up. And if you go, the way the point system worked, you just get in top 8 and you get points for being there.
Yeah. But so, I disagree with that, though.
Go ahead.
People weren't, like, for example, those MLG events, those were the biggest ones we had. And there was more.
6?
Yeah, in 2006.
I was going in 2005.
Oh, yeah.
And those people weren't showing up in 2005.
That's true.
That's what I was talking about.
In 2006, that's when I think of MLG.
Oh, okay.
Everyone who was anybody was showing up to these, with very few exceptions, but those were our majors. And,
yes, you're right. You're right.
But yeah, I mean, dude, I just don't have like the ultimate respect for those players because they gave up when it was hard, and they had this mindset of, you know, I'm so talented, I don't have to work. Look at me, I'm so fucking cool. So and then Mewtwo King came, fucked everyone up, and it made a lot of people quit. And like I said, I was like, see ya. And it kind of revolutionized the way people approach the game, where they're just like, oh shit, if I actually want to be better than people, then I have to work. Yeah. And it's so dope that he introduced that.
Yeah, and I mean, he did, you're right. Yeah. And to your argument, so at one point we could say, well, you know what, there wouldn't be a Mewtwo King without a Ken. And maybe there wouldn't be you know, there wouldn't be an Armada without
who? Name a peach.
A Vidjo, or
I don't think.
What about from DA?
Sastifer.
Mike G. Sastifer.
Yeah. Oh, Mike G. I'll give Mike G credit all day.
Mike G.
That guy was a homie.
Yeah, he was real good. But now we're so far attached from that. Is there anyone playing today that followed Mike G? Is there anyone playing today that followed Vidjo?
Yeah, most of them don't know who the fuck these people are.
So I mean, like, I guess you could argue that, oh well, they follow Armada, who followed.
Dude, somebody actually came into my stream like 3 months ago or something, and on my stream he asked, "Who do I main?" He asked me who I main, and I was like, "Oh, you're kidding, right?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "Wait, so you must just not be from Smash?" He's like, "No. I watch Smash, like I follow it and whatever." I'm like, holy fuck, dude.
So this is two things. One thing, you've been out not playing for too long. And you need to get back in. That's number one.
It's only been like a fucking year or something, dude, man.
But a lot happened in that year.
I know. It's insane.
A lot happened. Number two, it reminds me of my question, which I wanted to bring up. And I want to defend my honor today.
Okay.
When I asked you who won that set between you and Chudat.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay.
So backstory real quick.
You give the backstory and then I'll defend myself.
So basically we were drinking beers at Summit at the brewery. And
I was trying to make nice conversation because I haven't seen you in forever. When was the last time I saw you? At Evo, you played like, Chew.
Years. Yeah. And
you
commentated that match.
And I commentated.
Yeah. And then you asked me.
I said,
"Oh, who won that?
Who won that?"
Yeah.
I was trying to be nice.
Yeah. Did you? You didn't know the answer though, right?
I had no idea what the answer was.
Well, it just so happened that you asked me about the set that is ranked. There's a ranking of the top 10 most painful sets of all time, and it's ranked number 2.
It's number 2, and you are the clip.
I am the loser. Yeah, I am the.
You are the loser.
I am the pain. The pain came from me.
Yes.
And it was one of the hardest sets the hardest set I've ever lost.
Yeah. And I commentated it.
And you commentated it. So the whole table just kind of looked at me.
Just went silent.
The whole table went silent.
I was talking shit or something.
I'm like, are you serious?
Okay.
You're asking me who won that set?
So I'm here.
I'll never forget.
I only came out to this event just to defend myself.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
So let me defend myself a little bit. So number 1, you commentate. You ever commentated all day long and you get to the point you can't even remember?
This is not gonna work.
Okay,
good.
You can't even. I have.
Okay.
Let me talk.
Okay. Yeah.
You can't even remember what the last set was. You've commentated all. They all just start running into each other.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So that's number one. Sets run into each other. You forget. Number two, I got asked to commentate at Evo. I got pulled in. No idea what the current scene was. So it was 2015, 16?
Yeah. 2016. 16. I will never forget.
You'll never forget.
Yeah.
Okay. I am completely out of the scene.
Okay.
And they asked me to commentate with wife. I don't know who. I mean, go look at Pound, one of the Pounds where I commentated. Like I think that same year. I didn't know who SJ was, and I said it on stream. Like,
S2J.
S2J. I'm commentating his match. Yeah. So he actually talked to me about that at Summit. It was really funny. But anyway, so think husband's mindset.
Okay.
I'm watching Chudat play Hugs.
Yeah.
In my head, that's not an upset if Chudat beats Hugs. Chudat's one of the best in the world. And Hugs is like top 25. So in my head, that wasn't a big deal. Now at the time, you, from what I understand, you were big in 2016.
Well,
and he was not.
No, I would disagree.
All right, go ahead.
He was still up there.
Okay.
If he was top 30 and I was top 25, like we're still close.
Okay.
It wasn't that. It was the way in which he won.
Are you talking about like
and the
with
stakes,
the Sopo,
the stakes, and the Yeas, and it was a top 8 qualifier.
So I didn't see.
Oh, you didn't see the match? Oh, you weren't there?
I didn't see the Yeas. And to give you respect, I went back and watched the match after Summit, and I went and watched the clip of the 10 most.
Painful sets.
Painful sets. Yeah. So I do give you respect there. So I had no idea what was going on in the scene. And Chudat being Hugs, because back in my day, Chudat was like top 3. What? Chudat beat Hugs? What's wrong with that? Like that's fine. Oh, nice, you beat Hugs. Oh, you beat Chudat. Good for you, Hugs.
I'm gonna say right now, Kevin.
So those are my Johns.
Okay, yeah, Kevin. I'm gonna say that doesn't fly.
Damn,
because you were the commentator.
You don't remember every set.
You will remember 2 guys that you used to roll with back in 2005 playing again in 2016. You're like, holy shit, I know these guys. I should be invested. This is a top 8 match. I get it. You're a little detached.
I was definitely detached.
Also, that's one of the top 100 sets of all. Someone did like a countdown top 100 sets. I got 2 sets there. One of them is the one where I lost to Chudat. That's cool, right? I got. Oh my God. I've been playing for fucking almost 20 years. I got 2 sets on there, and one of them is me losing to Chudat. That's fucked up.
So funny. Yeah. But where's Chu now? Eating onions, dude. And look at you. So
well, I'm not playing right now either.
Who's the real winner?
I'm doing my thing. Actually, I wanted to ask you. Look, see this shit, right?
Yes.
The studio we're in.
It's stupid.
You didn't have any of this shit back in 2004,
dude.
You didn't dream of this shit back in 2000. I didn't either.
I dreamed to have a bed.
Yeah.
So
when you would go to a tournament,
and I go to a tournament, my fingers would cross that maybe I would have a bed to myself,
and you'd be so happy with the couch.
I'd be happy with the couch. I'd be happy if I shared a bed.
Yeah.
You know how many times? I mean, this is gonna sound weird, but how many times I slept in bed with wife? Like, we had to. Yeah. Like, so we.
I was once in a bed with 5 other dudes. And we were all like crisscross. To make space, right? Feet to face. So I had Zoo's feet to my left, some other players' feet to my right. At one point, my hand accidentally touched someone's butt.
There you go.
They woke up. I'm like, oh shit, I'm sleeping, and I'm like this, like
I'm
just moving, and it was just like the light tap.
Dude, that's how it was. Do you remember Bach, right?
Yeah,
he made the montages. So we went to MLG Tennessee, and I was in like I was, with this new girl, and we were in like the honeymoon phase, so we're always cuddling and yada yada yada. So I spent all this time with her this week leading up to MLG Tennessee. We go to MLG Tennessee. Once again, we have to share a bed, right? Even during the MLG days, we're sharing beds.
Yep.
And I remember waking up in the middle of the night, and I'm completely big spooned around Bach, just because
you thought it was her.
I thought it was her all week long. I was spooning this girl, and I wake up, and he looks so comfy with being Little Spoon. If you know Bach, he loves Little Spoon.
Yeah.
So, and I'm just sitting there cuddling with him. But yeah, this is crazy.
Yeah. Just that we've gone from that life.
Hoping.
I've slept on asphalt floors. I was making fun of you earlier when we talked because so you're only here in California for like a day.
Yeah.
Right. And that's
not almost 24 hours.
Just 24 hours. And you're leaving tonight. Yeah. And I was like, dude, I wish you would stay longer. Like we could have hung out. Like I got plans today, so we can't hang out after this, but I would have done it. And you're like, oh yeah, that's just the tickets that were bought for me. I'm like, wait, you could have said something. Maybe you could have just stayed a little longer or whatever. And you're like, no, man, I'll like they're being really dope. And Dignitas is being really dope, right? They're like, we're all working together to get you out here. But they're just thinking in terms of getting you out here so we can do the show.
That
and then
old school mentality.
And the old school mentality, that's what I was bringing up to you, is that we'll take what we could get. Because we've slept on asphalt floors. I've seen people sleep on literal sidewalk curbs because they just didn't have a hotel room.
They didn't have a hotel room, but they want to play in the morning.
Right? Yeah. And so, and I told you that kind of ended for a lot of us in 2014 or something, right? As things were coming up, at first, anytime anyone approached us to offer us anything, we were down.
It was just
there were so many smashers taking.
I'm still there.
Like you're still in that mentality because you haven't lived the caught up to the smash life. Now it's not like it's crazy and it's like amazing, but like a bunch of us are kind of divas now. Like we're used to something,
dude. And like
right.
I know I sound like a boomer, but like it just makes me so upset. Like they're like, hey, you might grab an Uber, but we'll reimburse you. I'm like, no, I got it. It's okay. I'll pay. The fact that you invited me to this is exciting, you know. Like,
and whereas me, like, if I get flown out to a tournament, I literally give them my rules. I'm like, no overnight flights. I need my own hotel room. I don't fly this airline. I won't name the airline, but I won't fly this airline.
Yeah.
And then like I got rules now, right? And if they tell me no, then I'm like, cool, I don't go.
Would be
Young Hugs. Oh,
Young Hugo would be so.
Oh, I'll take it.
Ashamed of you, right? Or proud.
I'd be proud of you.
You'd be proud.
I'd be proud of you. I'm like, good shit, dude. You did it.
You should get there.
And that's why I'm saying like that's why I was curious. Like, what do you think of like we're in a studio, right? And we're just you got flown out here to hang out with me, and we're just gonna talk and we're just drinking good beer, and that's where we're at now. Like
so, I was talking about this a little bit earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Like. I'm always waiting. What is it for the other shoe to drop?
Okay,
is that the saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because I think what MLG did to us.
Oh, okay.
Like we were there, so
they dropped us.
MLG events, they're almost like they weren't just tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what I would call them. They're a rave with a tournament that happened to be going on. Like it was an event,
a nerd rave.
Yeah, but I mean, there was like music playing and like all these sponsorships and people for us to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't just like here's a nice tournament. It was like this huge event that happened to be
like a convention.
It was like a convention. Yeah. It was huge.
Mm-hmm.
And so like part of me is always like, well, I'm just waiting for the next big thing to just drop us.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But I've been feeling that way since like you said, 2014,
mm-hmm.
and they haven't.
Yeah,
and that's really exciting.
Well, the thing is, we're at the point where we're self-sustaining, so we don't necessarily need other people. Like I'd say that what we need other people for is to surpass our current ceiling, but we don't need other people to survive. There's enough people who love this game, and we have a crazy fan base. Like our fan base surpasses a lot of other esports, despite the fact that they make more money. I think there's a lot of passion in Smash.
Is what's
it's carrying us.
It's like look at Fizzy. Absolutely. Like what Fizzy's doing for our scene.
Yep.
Mango and as his personality, what he's doing. Like other communities,
they don't have personality. Like
no,
they don't.
No.
Fuck no.
And they know our personalities though.
Yeah.
Like I'll tell someone I play Smash, they're like, oh, Mango, and I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Can you name me any other player?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Well, they might say Hungry Box.
Yeah.
I think almost every one of them says Hugs.
They all do.
But like, it's our players are stepping up and doing our TOs are just doing it like out of their own pockets originally, you know, and just doing huge things for our community for the love of the game.
Yeah. I would say that we're at the point where the shoe can't really drop. Like we're too secure in ourselves and our love for the game that I don't really think it could drop. Like, look at it. The pandemic happened. The shoe didn't even drop then.
No,
we just got a bigger fucking shoe. We literally created online. I didn't, I'm not gonna say we. It was Fizzy, but
our
somebody
community.
in the scene,
our community, not an outside person.
Literally took this game that Nintendo made in 2001 and then put it online and made it better than Nintendo has ever done with any of their fucking games online. The shoe can't drop for us anymore.
Are you ever fearful that Nintendo's going to stop us?
A little bit. I don't think they would dare. I don't know if they can't really stop us from playing that game.
Yeah.
If they really came down and did something like that, I think it'd just be terrible. It'd be so bad.
I think they'd have to do a lot to stop us, and it would be such a PR move to fully stop us.
That'd be fucked.
It'd be insane.
But I will say, we got more beers. Yes, I was gonna say I would like to.
Yes,
I'd like to get beard. Thank you. Yeah,
that's
sweet. Do you want to try a different one?
I was about to say, can we trade?
Yeah.
I just want to try another one. These are so good, dude.
Yeah. I was gonna say though, part of the reason, so that I haven't been playing for like a year and a half. Part of it was because I didn't really want to play online.
Okay, that's interesting.
Part of it was I've been playing for so long that I just wanted to focus on other things.
Okay.
One of the biggest reasons, though, is that I'm at the point where you know how good everyone's getting.
Mm-hmm.
You know what it takes to be good now.
Mm-hmm.
I fully think that I could do that. Okay. However, I also know what it demands of me. And I know that all that work that I put in could be for naught because Nintendo will never change. I'm at the point where I've completely given up on Nintendo giving a fuck about us.
Yeah.
And so for me to invest the way that I would need to become as good as I want to be, the returns on that just aren't there for me at the point where I've played this much. And I'm not saying that I play for the money. I never played for the money. Otherwise, I wouldn't fucking play Smash, right?
Nobody plays Smash for the money. You don't play Smash for the money.
But I'm at the point where, you know what? I've done this for so long that I want something more. Yeah. And Nintendo's literally never going to give it to me. So I want to do other things with my life.
Yeah.
And if there was a world where we had a normal publisher that was like doing us right, I'd still be playing.
How would you feel if Nintendo came forward and wanted to be that person? Would you ever trust them?
I wouldn't trust them. Fuck no.
So being old school.
They're so grimy.
I know, but being old school, they were heroes at one point, right? So after making Smash 64, and then after making Melee, like at least in my group, we thought they were gods. We were like, how did you make something so wonderful? This is so beautiful. This is such a wonderful game.
It's a great game.
It hasn't been updated in 20 years. Still being competitive now. 26 characters. Like, there's nothing other than like wobbling. There's nothing in the game that is banned that can't be turned off by the game's function, right? Yeah. Stages can be turned off. Items can be turned off. Like, I would say, other than glitches, of course, I think wobbling's probably the only, and that's more recent relative to the game, is the only thing that's banned in that. That is a good game. Yeah. So, like, Nintendo, for when, we were playing competitively, to my group was like, they could do no wrong in our eyes. And I feel like I would still maybe accept them back if they came back, because I'm still like that little kid that hopes they're going to come back and, be that figure for us.
Yeah, no, I've seen them hold back way too many of my homies and their aspirations.
Yeah.
That I say fuck them till the end of time. Yeah. I do not care for Nintendo, and I don't care if they ever. I mean, if they offer to do good stuff for the community, obviously I'll be like, okay, because it's good for the community.
But the trust will never be there.
I got no love for them. I got nothing for them. And it's mostly that. It's not just what they did to my life. Like, obviously, I'm here because of Smash. I understand that.
Of course. And a product they produced, you were here.
Yeah. But I know even if they just left us the fuck alone, I'd be in an even better place. I mean, and a lot of my friends who could have been in this similar position or better had to choose regular job or Smash. And a lot of times it was better to choose regular job because
it's more stable.
And I know some people on the internet will be like, oh, boo-hoo's got to work a regular job. But here's the thing, though, like, it didn't have to be that way.
Yeah.
And like, if you're overjoyed because someone had to work a regular 9 to 5 that against their will, right? Well, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with working that kind of job, But it's not what they wanted.
It's not what they wanted.
And they had to. Because Nintendo is just so out of touch.
Yeah.
And it pisses me off.
Yeah.
Because I love my friends and I'd like for them to have a lot of what I've been able to attain, and not strictly through the game. I've done other things to get to the place that I'm at.
Yeah, of course.
And Nintendo could have just made it easier for everybody. Even just so much as to
You're like
stay the
changing my mind in this moment. I'm not even kidding.
Oh.
Like, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm in that 9-to-5 job.
Dude.
My life could have been different. Is that what you're telling me?
It could have been different, dude.
Jesus.
Imagine 2007, like MLG didn't drop us,
Yeah.
and things kept going.
Yeah.
You would have kept playing, I imagine.
Dude, there's so
You love that shit. I was actually wanted to talk. You and wife, alongside Mewtwo King, were people that I considered grinders. So I had a lot of respect for you guys and how you approach the game.
Yeah.
We would talk about the game. We would be on road trips, and I remember talking to you and wife about the future of the game, like strategy, ideas.
Yeah, of course.
And we weren't just like, oh, look at us, we're so talented. We were like, dude, how do we get better? We were grinders.
Yeah. How do we? And it's not just about us. It was about how do we get the community somewhere too.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like a selfish.
Didn't you guys hook up the first like White Castle like sponsorship
we had
or some shit?
Sponsorship, which I mean, it was great. They did nothing for us. Like,
you just got to rock their tag.
We got to rock their tag like legally.
Yeah.
Like that's really
that's
what
I'm saying. We took whatever we could get.
We took whatever we could get. So it wasn't about like give me. It was like, what can we do to make this better? And like that's what I love about Fizzy. And that's what I love about these people like Uncle Punch that are not doing a whole lot for themselves, but they're trying to do it for the community.
Yeah.
To go back to what you were saying about like why you're not playing, I think that's the difference between me and you right now. You know you could get good again.
Yeah, I truly believe I could.
I don't know that, right? Like I don't know how far I can go. Like there easily could be a ceiling, and it's scary. And that was one of the scary things getting back into it, is like I might not have it anymore. And so right now I haven't hit a ceiling, and I'm improving all this. And now all these people are working with me, which is fantastic. Yeah. Did you know about that?
Yeah, you got the hookups. Like
Zane's working with me. Yeah, Kadoran's working with me. Yeah. Like, and every Smash player I talked to at Summit was like, "Message me, I'll help you."
Yeah,
there's like nobody.
Dude, because a lot of them were probably fans at some point.
So I'm so grateful.
Yeah.
So I mean,
you want a tip that's gonna change everything for you, real quick?
Hook me up, dude. I'll take anything.
The only reason I know I could be as good as I want again. It's not because I'm some like endless pool of talent or like, oh, I'm just that gifted or whatever. It's not even an ego thing. I don't think I'm that great.
Yeah.
Is because I truly believe that I am unwilling to give up. So when I fail, and I will undoubtedly fail. Yeah. It will happen. I know that I'm going to continue to work to find a way. So I don't believe in my abilities. I believe in my determination.
Your drive.
Yeah. So I'm not saying like these guys are
your
really
stubbornness,
maybe. But I believe that all these people that are playing right now are that fucking good and are just leagues beyond me right now.
Yeah.
But I also believe that it won't matter because I'm going to continue to work to find a way, and I've done it multiple times already. So I know I could.
Yeah.
And that'll be the same. Like if you're worried about a peak, you don't have to. All you have to worry about is, am I going to keep working? Yeah. To get past whatever peak I find. Yeah. And as long as you can, this is one of my favorite things that Captain Faceroll, I think he's a genius on the game, and he said something online that I thought was just genius. Okay. He said, a lot of people, this isn't an exact quote, but he said something like it. He said a lot of people, they think they've plateaued and they've peaked, and then they're kind of like frustrated, etc. And then the question he would ask is there anything in the game that you can do better, even to the slightest degree? You don't have to concern yourself with, am I placing top 8? Am I placing top 6? You don't have to concern yourself with, am I beating this person or that person? You concern with yourself with, okay, here I am, and I'm peaked, but then I look at my ledge dashes. Could they be better? The answer is yes. Absolutely, the answer is yes. The answer is that you can always find a thing that you could do better. Yeah. You don't need to concern yourself with all these other things. The only thing you need to do is just make those things better. Yeah. And that's why he's as good as he's ever been. And that's, anybody can do that.
That's so interesting.
There is literally no possibility that a player's actually at their peak.
Mm-hmm.
If they look at it, if they look at it
that way.
Yeah.
If they,
you can't peak, dude.
Yeah,
you literally can't. So you would just
true.
find a thing.
So where I'm stuck right now, and you brought this up, like where can you improve? And it's such an interesting place to be stuck. You don't enter online tournaments.
No.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of low tiers. There's surprisingly a lot of low tiers.
Fucking Zane, dude. Him and his Roy just
so
all kinds of people.
The past several tournaments, I have been eliminated by Ganondorfs,
mm-hmm.
Zeldas.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe this is more like mid tier.
Zeldas
and Luigi.
Oh, Luigi's. Yeah, you win those. Marth wins those.
So that is what Kadoran's working with me.
Okay.
So like Zane is kind of like going over like where the scene is. Here's the general like idea and how you approach each matchup, and he's working with the top tiers. Kadoran is this like he understands. I don't know how, but all the low tier matches really. So I asked Zane about the low tiers. No shade on Zane. He's like, just be Marth, and just outspace him. Kadoran will break this shit down. Like, here are your strengths, here are your weaknesses. Yeah. These are the things you need to respect that make the mid tiers playable. Here are the things that make the mid tiers that you need to disrespect and abuse. And so he's working with me with these matches. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that I'm like, can I please get beaten by a Sheik? Can I please get beaten by like I'm losing to Ganondorf. And I think what's happening is I'm getting knocked into losers bracket a little bit too soon. And that's where all the mid tiers are. They're all in losers.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. A Fox or a Sheik, put them there. And then they're, and I think among the high tier characters, mid to low tiers have some things against Marth, right? More, like what does a Roy have against Peach? Nothing. You know what I mean? Marth doesn't really have strong combos against these mid to low tier characters, and it's just a patience walling them out. I'm better than you match.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that in the end, they literally got nothing on Marth. Nothing.
I'm losing to them, dude.
Yeah, that's just.
Should I send you my videos and you can help me out?
I could tell you. They got nothing on you. I'm telling you right now. I don't even need to see how those matches go. They got nothing on.
But I'm getting better. I'm getting better. Kadoran's tournament is training mode Tuesdays.
Mm-hmm. Oh, don't say that's a Blur. That's
it's a great event, dude.
No, Blur. It's kind of Blur's baby, but he handed the reins to Kadoran.
I see. Okay, so I don't know about all that. But it's a great event.
Yeah,
you can just play so many matches.
Yeah.
And I played 5 sets against Ganondorf.
Nice.
In one tournament. 5 sets. I lost 3 of them in the ladder. Somehow got into the pro, and then I won the 2 in the bracket where it really counted, which is great. Yeah. So I feel like I'm improving. It's getting better. And I had a training session with Kadoran about Luigi. I had a training session with Kadoran about
you're grinding.
Ganondorf.
You're grinding.
Yeah, man, I am playing. Like,
oh, shit.
Like I said, I have a full-time job, 2 kids. I just refinanced on my home.
I remember at Summit, we were wearing the same shit. Like we were wearing like shorts and like polo.
And a polo. Yeah.
And then I said, I was trying to dress like a dad. And then you're like, it's weird you say that because that's all I brought is polos and shorts. And I am a dad. I'm like, oh shit, I guess it worked out.
You nailed it, dude.
Like I'm old, man. God. I gotta dress my age. But
I mean, so I was talking with Kadoran at Summit, and he said, how much time do you have to play? And my what's really cool is my wife, Allison, she really supports everything I'm doing. Yeah. Totally.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So on my stream, we have 2 mics, 1 camera, but 2 mics, and she'll be on my stream. She'll like read comments to me that people leave so that I can respond. Yeah. She's super supportive.
That's so sick.
Yeah. It's really, really, Anybody who wants like relationship advice.
Oh, could you give me some?
Yeah, I got you, dude. I got you, dude.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to find somebody who's into the things you're into. You have to find somebody who's at least going to respect them, right? And they're not going to come in and try to change what you do.
Absolutely.
Or get frustrated over the time that you're spending. And so I met my wife at GameStop when I was working there. And so she respects.
You were working at GameStop?
Yeah, I worked at GameStop for like 4 years, from like 2012 to 2016.
It sucks. You quit Smash to work at GameStop.
It was
that
miserable.
Imagine if Nintendo wasn't shit, you wouldn't have gone to GameStop.
From 2008 to 2012.
Okay.
So like I kind of quit for school.
Yeah, that's fair.
But then I got out and no one cared about my degree. So I went to GameStop
It's so fucked.
for 4 years. But no, I'm doing well now. So we're good now. And I met her there. So she respects gaming and she respects what I do in the community. And she allows me to like, the reason why I say allow is when you're in a marriage and we share bank accounts and we bought a house together, it is a like, hey, I'm doing this. Is this cool?
Yeah.
Both ways.
Okay.
So I'm not saying she allows me because I'm a man and I have to listen to what she does. It's both ways, right?
Yeah.
So she like supports me grinding. And I told Kadoran, like, I have about 4 hours a night to spend on Smash. And he was like, stop. He was like, most pro players do not spend 4 hours a day on Smash. And I was like, no, but I got this.
Yeah.
And so he has a video of like how you should be spending your time getting better. And like, I'm trying to like streamline what I do as opposed to just spend a lot of time playing unranked matches.
Yeah. I'm trying to spend your time wisely. And
yes, like
smart training.
Yes, getting advice from better players, playing better people, and then working on like specific matchups and weaknesses and stuff like that. Okay. But dude, I'm grinding.
Yeah.
I'm full back.
That's good to hear. I believe it, dude.
Yeah.
I believe you'll get there.
I hear you're playing chess.
I am playing chess.
Yeah.
I'm playing a lot of different things. I've always wanted to get good at other games or like try to see if I could do the same thing that I did with Smash with other things just because.
Yeah.
You know.
So what are you leaning into? Like what's the hardest thing you're working on right now?
Right now, it's content and also, to be honest, like investing and stuff.
Oh wow! Oh wait, are you doing the Bitcoin stuff?
No, not necessarily that. I do have my own coin.
That's what I mean. I meant what's it called?
Rally.
Cryptocurrency.
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of. Okay.
Yeah. We won't get it all up in on that, but I am focusing a lot on that because, like I said, Nintendo and all that holding us back our whole lives. This is like money, and it's actually nice. So, I've been like focusing on that. But my life's always changing. I'm always like just trying to get into something else that I could grind or dig into all the way, or fitness, shit like that.
Yeah, man, you look great.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you. How much weight have you lost? If
about
that's an okay
20.
Question,
oh, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not gonna be mad.
Yeah, don't.
How dare you ask me? No. I think at the beginning or like around the middle of the pandemic, I got to like 184, 185, which is not the weight that I'm like super comfortable with. I'm 5'6", dude. I shouldn't weigh 185.
Yeah,
I'm weighing like a UFC middleweight, dude. I should not weigh that much, man. You got 6'3" UFC fighters weighing 185, and they got to cut to it, and I'm here just like fucking 5'7", weighing 180. That's not right, dude.
It's muscle, dude.
That ain't right, dude. So I lost about 25 pounds.
That's
I'm like 160 now.
Yeah.
And that's with some muscle being gained back after going back to the gym once things opened up.
So it's probably a little bit more body fat than that.
Yeah. And it's been dope. And it was done in a very organic, healthy way. I don't mean like organic food though. That shit's cool, I guess. But in a natural way. And kind of turned it into like a lifestyle change rather than like a flash diet or whatever. And it's been dope. To be honest, the reason I did it is because during the pandemic or just in life in general, and I think you might be able to relate. Tell me if you do.
Go ahead.
But oftentimes whenever things were kind of like going rough in life or I felt like I didn't have control, one of the best ways for me to like bring it all back and get a semblance of control is by putting everything into Melee. And I'll tell you what,
at least immersing yourself in something.
Immersing myself in something, and Melee was the thing because it's extremely challenging, and then the results are extremely rewarding. Not monetarily, obviously,
no.
But the feeling you get from putting in that much work and then seeing it pay off, it's amazing. And it doesn't change your circumstances, but it makes you feel like, well, here's this thing that I have control over, and it makes me feel good, and I am worth something. Even as silly as it is, right? You don't want to place all your value into your gameplay, which is what people do. And obviously it's hard to avoid that. But if you can have this control and make yourself feel good, then it kind of carries over into other parts of your life. And that's what I always had Melee for. But during the pandemic, that's just not what Melee was for me at that point. And so I thought, well, shit, what's hard, challenging, and rewarding? And I was like, oh, fitness, yeah. Easy, right? Like, am I going to feel bad if my body gets better? Right. Fuck, I hate this shit, dude.
I feel like
I can see an ab. I fucking hate this. Like, no, you're going to love that shit, right? And so it changed the whole pandemic for me, and it just kind of put me into a better state, and I've just stuck to it. So it's been dope.
I feel like we're both kind of like all or nothing.
Yeah.
And I think, that helps us when it comes to...
We're built different, dude.
Yeah. Dude. So when you start cleaning up one aspect of your life, it starts cleaning up the rest of it. Yeah. Because you don't want to be great at one thing and then everything else. I mean, like, just how I feel, at least personally, I think you can relate as well. I don't want to be great at Melee, but then have an okay relationship.
Yeah.
Or be great at fitness, but just the other aspects of my work falling apart.
It carries over.
Yeah, absolutely.
The discipline, the mindset, whatever, the Sigma grind set, it carries over.
Yeah. So cleaning up one thing can definitely lead into cleaning up the rest of the things in your life. I killed it during the pandemic.
Yeah.
I feel like I cheated the system.
What'd you do?
I got luck. I mean, some of it was luck. I say luck, but then you realize
you AMC really... shit or what? What do you mean? Is that what you...
So I'm a government. I work for the government.
Okay.
Yeah, at this point.
Okay.
So the government's always going to pay their people. So I got paid through the whole pandemic.
Nice.
I didn't have to spend any money on gas. My wife's military, so she got paid.
Nice.
We had a baby.
Okay.
During the pandemic.
That's a dub.
So that's a dub. So that was awesome.
That's a big dub. Yeah. What's your kid's name?
I have 2 kids. I have a 3.5-year-old named Lucian.
Okay. Oh, that's a sick name, dude. Good shit.
Dude. And then
that kid's gonna be just a boss, man.
He's already God.
Okay.
We can go on and on about that. And then I have a daughter now named Ada. She's a 1.5 years.
Oh, dude, you came up with the sickest names.
Yeah. So Ada was her thing. Well, so
it's a lot coming from the Kevin, dude.
Yeah, I know, right? So, my wife is clearly gonna watch this, but whatever. If you go watch the Underworld movies,
Underworld.
I
don't know.
With the werewolf and the vampires.
Twilight?
No.
I don't get it.
Kate Beckinsale. Underworld.
No, man.
All right. I
Resident Evil. I don't know. I don't know these. I don't know this movie. I watch a lot of movies. I don't know this.
Some asshole did this to me the other day. I was playing with a Peach player, and he was talking about his gameplay, and I was like, "Oh, let me reference the movie Signs." And he starts laughing at me. I was like, "What are you laughing at?" And he was like, "Dude, I was born after that movie came out."
Oh, well, that's just them being idiots. I'm not even saying boober movie. Obviously, there's great shit that came out before people were born.
So,
the fuck was this kid 14? Signs came out that long ago?
Dude, I think it came out 2002 or something.
Oh shit, that's that long ago.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I mean,
crazy.
I'd have to look it up.
Either way, that's not
Anyway. Underworld is a vampire versus, I sound so nerdy, werewolf film. And the lead werewolf was named Lucian.
Okay.
But also Lucian is a scholar who, when you look back at some of the earliest days of science fiction written, Lucian, a philosopher named Lucian, wrote science fiction. And that's some of the earliest. So I sold my wife on that aspect of it. So then...
And then more importantly, Lucian is a Sheik player from NorCal. So
I didn't know about that. Okay, well, there you go.
Tell your wife about that.
So I don't know if you know, but women were kind of oppressed in history.
Okay. I've heard.
So if you try to look up female names, they mean flower or submissive, or whatever.
Okay, word.
So Ada, we didn't want his name to be meaningful and hers to mean pretty.
Yeah. Okay.
So there was a mathematician named Ada Lovegood.
Okay.
She invented coding before computers were invented.
Oh fuck.
And so we named her Ada. Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah. We wanted both of their names to be significant and meaningful. And we didn't want her feeling like, why did he get this name?
Yeah,
and I got
cool
this name.
And I'm Stephanie or something. Yeah. Nothing wrong with Stephanie. I'm just saying.
Karen, whatever.
Yeah, you don't want to name anyone Karen nowadays.
So,
but yeah, okay.
During the pandemic, great things for me.
Wait, they were both?
No, so she was born in the pandemic.
Okay, she was born
during the pandemic.
Lucian before.
Lucian's, he's 3 years old now, 3.5.
Okay.
We both got paid. We didn't spend any money on gas. She didn't have to use any money on tolls. Then our student loans got deferred. Okay. But we just kept paying on them. So it was all this interest that we didn't have to worry about. So we really made out.
Nice.
And I just spent my time playing Melee and working out.
Nice.
So during the pandemic, I lost like 40 pounds.
Oh.
Since the pandemic, I put most of it back on because I went back to work and I'm sitting in an office and, I compromised. Fuck you, Nintendo.
Yeah.
And I'm in an office. And so I'm just waiting on that next thing just to kind of like trigger my motivation to get back in. I'm still lifting.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know how you drink beer and stay lean.
I pick specific days to do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
I'm all or nothing. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
It's either like I give up everything and I go all in and I lose like 50 pounds in a 4-month span. Or I'm like eating like garbage all day, every day.
Okay.
Like I don't know how you did. I mean, it's great.
For me, I made it to the point where it was like a lifestyle change.
Yeah.
So that the cheating, right? The eating bad, the getting all kinds of calories, that was the exception. So it just felt wrong when I did it.
Yeah.
Instead of like my norm, which is to eat healthy and like work out and shit.
Yeah.
So that, whereas before the norm was eat a lot, drink a lot, nothing wrong with either. Yeah. But, at our age, we can't do that all the time.
I know, dude.
Right. And so and that's the thing that I think is a struggle for people, is that they love these things so much and they don't realize they can still have them, and they don't have to fight this so much. They just literally need to change their lifestyle. They need to make things as normal as brushing their teeth, right? Going to the gym as normal as brushing your teeth.
Yeah.
And it's a lot harder, granted, but it's not harder than driving to the gym. And once you're at the gym, what the fuck are you going to do? Drive back home? No, you just work out.
The hardest thing to do at a gym
inertia, man,
is to get through the front doors.
Yep.
It is the hard. So I got into strength training recently, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm still hitting the gym. So in the past month, I put up 365 on the bench.
Jesus
flat bench.
Christ.
Yeah.
What the hell?
So,
dude?
but I'm eating a lot, right? So I'm telling you, getting to the gym is harder than pushing 365.
Fuck.
Like getting through the door is the hardest part.
Why?
And even if you only work out for 20 minutes and you're still not feeling it, you can go. But at least you got there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like that's my mindset behind it. Just get there. If
just
you
get
could
there.
just get yeah. I'm working out.
Yeah.
That's not the problem. It's the beer, it's the pizza, it's the fries. I love bar food, wings.
Oh yeah. Well,
I can say no to sweets.
Yeah.
But it's
Well, that's the thing. Like, I just find ways to trick my mind into not making it difficult, right?
Yeah.
Like, so I will buy like prepped meals from. There's places here in LA that will just do that for you. You know how everyone, like, some people do meal prep for themselves. I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking cook. I get bored of food.
We're not ballers like you, Hugo.
No, but I'm just saying, like, I get bored really easy of eating the same shit.
Okay.
I get food fatigue. I also don't want to spend time like cooking, and so then I just found like a service. I pay $10 per meal, which is less than I would eating out.
That's true.
And then I just buy it, and then what am I gonna do? Just throw it away? It's there.
It's there.
And I picked it out. I'm kind of excited to eat it. And so then it's just I kind of made myself do this, right? And you just make your life, you just change your life to accommodate these changes that you're making. You make it as easy as possible for you until it becomes a habit. If you were to tell me day one that I had to do all the shit that I currently do to do this, I never would have done it.
Hell no.
Right? But when I introduce these things gradually, now it's just part of my life.
Yeah.
Just what I do now, which has made it easy. And I think a lot of people could do that.
And I like that you identify what the hard part was or what the things you don't like. I like cooking. So I like meal prepping. Yeah. I enjoy that. It's like I put on a podcast and it's like relaxing to me, just to cook and meal prep. And it's the same mentality. I got all this chicken in the refrigerator. What am I going to do, throw it away? No, you're going to eat it. And I'm to the point now where I know it's a bunch of like boomer things to say, but I just refinanced on my home. There was like $10,000 in closing costs. We just redid our windows, so we're a little tighter.
No, I like this. Do you think other Smashers are gonna be talking about this shit? I like this.
We're getting to the point.
Can you imagine?
We're getting to
Bobby
the point.
Big Balls talking about refinancing some shit. He's
it makes me feel so good hearing you say that.
That guy's worried about being a husband with his goddamn Pikachu. He's not refinancing shit.
You're my hero, Hugo. I'm a little tighter on money, or I'm not tighter. I'm more conscious, right? Because we just spent a bunch of money, and I think that's gonna help my diet. Like I flew out here, and usually I'll sit at a bar at an airport, get some. You
didn't?
No, I didn't.
You should have done it on this trip, though. I'm just saying. Next time.
Well, I knew these were coming, so I was looking forward to these.
Okay.
And last night I did a really simple meal. I didn't go overboard. I'm kind of like going through all the junk food in my house. Like I'm eating it, but I think when it's run out, because I'm kind of money conscious right now, I think that's when the weight's going to start dropping.
Okay.
And I'm actually really excited.
Dope.
And then I'll wear short shorts with you.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm going to work on my legs. I'm going to get a tan.
Okay.
And I want to walk in one time wearing a polo tucked into my short shorts.
Okay.
I really want to do that.
I look forward to that, because I was going to say, dude, you were the only smasher back then that was working out. I don't know if you remember that. I remember
I do. Like, and I recognize that.
Yeah.
To this day, I'll still challenge anyone. Can you beat me and smash and outbench me?
I don't think anyone.
I don't think anyone in the Smash community will be able to do both. Could anyone in the Smash community do both?
No. Can anyone outbench you, though?
They may be. Have you heard of Jacked Puff Guy?
That's his name?
Jacked Puff
he's
Guy.
Probably going to be able to do it. It sounds like.
No, I don't think he can.
Oh, you think he can?
Yeah, he'll destroy me in legs. He'll get me all day in legs.
Okay.
But no, I still think I got him on the bench press.
Yeah.
But yeah. What about Mango's friend? Why is his name
Woogie?
No. Slipping my mind. You know him out here. He lifted weights.
Alex 19.
Alex 19.
Ah,
he's pretty buff.
He's very buff.
Yeah,
he could probably do it.
He might be able to. He might.
Do it. I don't know where his bench is at currently.
I don't know where.
There was a point where
his melee is right now.
I don't think he's really grinding right now.
Okay.
He's doing other stuff.
Was he a box player?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I missed the guy.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to him in a bit, but. Yeah, man. No, that's what I remember. I also remember, that you gave me one of the most important Smash lessons I ever got.
Is this something you
never
told
got
me
to
about?
tell you. I might have told you at the brewery when we were drinking.
Dude,
I forgot I told you.
If it's the same, I want you to say it again. But I'm telling you, like, I'll never forget this.
Yeah.
I didn't know I said it, but when you said it, I'm like, that's definitely something I'd say.
Basically.
But now I know I'll never forget it.
Yeah. Basically, D.A. West, the Samus player from back in the day, you know how he plays the game.
Yeah.
He plays in a way that I very much don't agree with.
Yes.
One of us has the results, one of us doesn't. But I'm just saying, we disagree on how to play the game. And one of the things he would always do is he would do some like tricky, he likes doing tricks where he drops a bomb, he air dodges into it, and then he grapples, and then the bomb cancels the grapple, and then he goes for like a down or something tricky, right?
Dare, yeah.
I'm like, that's so cool when I saw him playing it, right? I was this little kid me. Wow, that's so cool. And then I tried it on you. Mm-hmm. This is probably the first tournament I ever traveled to. I think it was Most in Texas.
I think we were in Texas.
Yeah, it was Most 3.
I have no idea whose house that was.
Yeah, I
can you still picture the house?
I remember the house.
I can picture the house. I can picture the neighborhood. We were upstairs
the TV
playing.
we were on. Yep.
Everything. I don't know whose house that was.
I don't know whose house
that's
it was.
Some of the like one of the best memories.
Yeah.
Like it was a nice neighborhood.
Yeah.
Keep
all the Smashers there because it was new to be playing that many people.
It was.
You know?
Yeah. It was so exciting.
It's what people just go online and do now, right? But you didn't get the chance to do that, so that was very exciting. Yeah. So I hopped on a setup with you, and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna do this West shit on husband, right? And then I go for the West shit. I do the bomb, I do the air dodge, I do the grapple. The grapple gets canceled, and then here I'm going with my down air. And then you just forward smash the shit out of it. You just kill me for it, right? Like it's like you just saw that, you're like, okay, cool. And then it's like that whole have you ever seen that Indiana Jones scene where the guy's
the
like
whip
with the sword or the whip or whatever? Yeah. He's like going crazy.
Oh yeah, maybe the sword, and then he just pulls out a gun.
And then he just pulls out a gun and shoots him, right? That's what you did. You just forward smash it, and then you're like, don't ever do that shit again.
Yeah.
And I took no insult to it. I just saw myself get hit. I'm like, okay,
all right.
I think he's right. I think he is correct. And then and then I never did it again.
That's amazing.
And then it was a lesson. It got me off that path. There's a funny thing that Duck always says. He says the Mike Nasty combo video for Samus single-handedly
I remember Mike Nasty.
held back Samus's for decades.
Damn.
Because everyone thought it was so cool. And everything he did just doesn't work. So bad for the game.
Yeah. I think a lot of that crew, they released a bunch of like videos of all of their players, and my crew would laugh hysterically.
Oh, East Coast hated that shit.
Oh, well, they were all like DIing wrong. They were holding in, or they and they acted like it was the coolest combos, and it's like none of that works.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, if you get your friends to like be your opponent and let you do all those things to you.
Then I'm gonna give you a little secret here.
Okay, go ahead.
There was a small period where I joined DBR because they're the homies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, people really don't know that.
I didn't know that.
Part of DBR for a little bit. And they're like, we got to film a combo video for you, which never came out. Never came out, right? So they filmed footage of me. I went to their house in NorCal and I played. And it never came out. And there's a reason the Hugs combo video never came out.
Okay.
So I'm not really a combo guy.
Yeah.
It's just not me. As we were filming, I think Bobak kind of just like, hey, all right, cut, right? Like we just stopped playing. We're like, look, dude, you just need to do cool shit, man. You just need to just go in there and do crazy shit. I'm like, but it doesn't work. He's like, we will make it work. And then
you just validated 20 years of my life, dude.
It's true. No. And then I'm like, okay. And I start playing. And then my opponent, I think was like Bob Money at the time or Germ. They start DIing like shit. Like everything I'm doing is working. I'm going for the down air and they're not meteor canceling.
Or they're jumping into
they're not
it
DIing,
or whatever.
Right? They're jumping into it. And I'm just literally doing whatever I want and it's all hitting. And they're like, oh, that was sick. And like, they were cool combos. But I'm like, dude, I know this doesn't work. And it never got released, but yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
We'd have this running joke. Like I was trying to downplay a little bit, but the fact that you said that, dude. So Aura and I would just sit there and watch these videos and laugh so hard. And we would like do the thing, like there was a pretend camera and we'd look at the camera and say, I can't get out of it. When he'd like combo across the stage. And like, we would just make fun of these dudes like, this is so obvious. And it killed me that other smashers were like, oh, do you see those videos? I'm like, they don't work. They're completely set up. They're staged. They're staged combos. So the fact that you are telling me this right now, like you have no idea what that's doing for me.
It wasn't just them. A lot of people.
No, of course.
It wasn't just them.
But you were validating years of a running joke I've had.
I feel like there's like a statute of limitations on like, you know, the West Coast loyalty.
Of course.
I'll give you this one. I'll tell you.
Oh, okay. Thanks, dude. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But yeah. I just want to say like this was a super dope conversation, dude. I'm glad you came out. I'm glad we got to talk about all this old school shit because I specifically asked for you because I didn't want to make this like a Smash podcast.
Yeah.
But I felt like there was something really interesting about bringing you on and talking to you.
Oh, I appreciate
because
that.
you have a perspective that I share. Very few other people have ever had this perspective.
It's great talking to somebody who like knows what I'm saying.
Yeah. And you're living a normal life. You got your family, you got your kids. Yeah. So it's like, it's a different perspective that a lot of people don't know about.
Well, I really appreciate that, man.
So I want to thank you for coming out.
No, thank you for having me on.
Yeah. No, I'm so glad you came out. And also I wanted to give you like, you know, a little taste of life.
Yeah. I don't know if this is like a handout or if it's a jab. Like, look where I am, husband.
No. It's not a jab. It's oh no.
Party foul. We're good. We're good.
Oh, we got to cut now, dude. Damn. No, it's just dude.
Thank you.
I hope you continue to stick around. I hope you grind. I hope you try to get better.
I do, and I plan to do all that.
This could be all yours.
And this is all just more inspiration. all more inspiration.
Just replace me, dude. It'll be fine. But yeah, so yeah, that's the Hugs Happy Hour podcast. Thank you again, husband Kevin, for joining me. It's been really sick catching up and talking about all the shit that
whenever you want
probably
me to come
only
back
you
out.
and I know about.
Yeah, right.
But it was fun.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. And thanks for watching. Thanks for checking out the podcast. And thanks to Voodoo Ranger for presenting this
so good.
and giving us the beers. So appreciate it. See you next time.